If you're thinking about moving to the greater Houston area, here are 10 things you should know about before you pack a single box. And most of these nobody talks about until you've already moved. You see, my wife Dora and I have had the pleasure of helping dozens of families relocate to the greater Houston area over the last couple years, and it's always the same questions. What side of town fits my lifestyle better? How much can I actually afford? And what are some things I should avoid that could potentially cost me a lot of money down the road? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to expect so your move feel is informed rather than overwhelming. So let's get right to it. Before we dive in, I do want to say, if you're watching this because you're considering a move, you're exactly who we are making these videos for. We talk to people just like you every single week, whether it's a job relocation, needing more space, or just wanting to move closer to family. We can help. We'll sit and figure out the right location, set proper expectations, and set up a game plan to make sure we can get you into the home that you deserve. So again, if this is you, don't just watch the video, give us a call, shoot us a text, leave a comment. Whether you're ready to buy a home now, maybe thinking about making a change within the next 6 months to a year, if you have questions about financing, whatever questions you may have, shoot us a text, give us a call. We're here to help. And again, it's just a conversation to see where you stand and see what we can do to help you. But with that being said, let's get on to the 10 things that you should know before you make the move. Number 1, the city is massive. Houston isn't just one market. A lot of people think of Houston as one big city, but in reality, it's a combination of many communities stitched together. You have the Woodlands and Colorado up north. You have Katy and Cypress to the west side. We have Sugarland and Pearland towards the south, Mount Bellevue and Baytown on the east end, and the Heights and Montrose right in the center, the urban core. Each of these areas feel like their own little city. Commute times, school districts, price points, even the feel of the communities all shift very drastically depending on the side of town that you're on. This is why where should I live in Houston is honestly the most important question to ask before you get started. And later on the channel, we'll dive deeper into different communities, different areas, and what you should expect from each of these areas. Number 2, property taxes are higher, but there's no state income tax. Now this catches almost all families that are relocating off guard. Although Texas doesn't have any state income tax like New York, California, and Illinois, we do have higher property taxes. Property taxes in the Houston area, from what I've seen, range from the low ones to the high 4% even. That being said, families relocating to Houston still come out ahead financially. Just make sure that when purchasing your home, you're taking into account the tax rate because it can change affordability quite drastically. Number 3, flooding is a real conversation, but it's not a reason to avoid the city. I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't address this because I know it's on everyone's mind. Houston has had significant floods in the past, and you should definitely ask about flood zones, drainage, and if a home has ever flooded. But here's the nuance. Flood risks vary drastically, even street by street, and there's large areas of the Houston metro that have never flooded or had any flood issues. This is a case where local expertise really matters because we know the area and we can pull reports of flood history and elevation data on specific homes to give you a clear and honest answer and not just a vague reassurance. Number 4, traffic depends entirely on where you live and where you work. Now, Houston does have real traffic, especially during rush hour. Highways like I-10, 610, 45, 290, they can all get very busy during these hours. So the truth is that your day-to-day commute is what's going to matter most. We always recommend mapping out the commute, or better yet, making the drive during the hours that you'd be going to work and returning back home. A drive from the home that you're looking to purchase to your job location at 3 p.m. may not be bad, but making that same drive at 7 a.m. when everyone's heading to work may be an additional 30 minutes, and that may be something you don't want to deal with on a daily basis. So don't just look at the commute during a random hour of the day, but actually look at the times that you'll be driving to and from work. Those are the commutes that are going to impact your daily life, and that's the commute you want to make sure that you're comfortable with. As they say in Houston, minutes matter more than miles. Look at the commute times, not the distance, and check the hours that matter most to you. Number 5, the cost of living is generally lower, but not across the board. One of the biggest draws to Houston is affordability. Compared to cities like Dallas and Austin, you can get more bang for your buck here, a nicer home for the same amount of money. Everyday costs like utilities, groceries, and dining out are below the national average. That being said, the cost of living does vary a lot depending on the neighborhood and area that you live in. The cost of living of a home in Bel Air or the Heights, let's say, for example, is going to cost you much more than the cost of living in a home, let's say, like in Baytown, Manville, or Cypress area, right? That being said, if affordability is your main driver for moving, you should talk specifically about your budget so we can point you to the areas that stretch your dollar the furthest while still making sure you're within that commute that you're comfortable with. Now on to number 6. The job market is much more diverse than what people think. A lot of people still associate Houston purely with oil and gas. And while that's still a huge part of the economy, the job market has diversified enormously. Healthcare is huge here thanks to the medical center, which is the largest medical complex in the world. Furthermore, Houston has NASA, the Port of Houston, a lot of manufacturing, and now SpaceX is even coming to the greater Houston area. So if you're relocating for work or to find work after you move, just know that Houston's economy is very diverse and there's a lot of job opportunity out here. Number 7, school districts can make or break your search. If you have kids or plan to have kids, a school district search needs to take place before you fall in love with the home. The Houston area has some outstanding school districts. However, zoning is a bit different. District lines can split streets and genuinely leave you surprised. 2 homes on the same street can be zoned to 2 different school districts. Shocking, right? This is one of the major reasons that families reach out to us specifically, because we can pull school zoning for any address that you may be considering. Don't rely on word of mouth or general reputation. Verify the specifically zoned school district for a specific home. That's the best advice that I can give you. Number 8, summers are intense, but Houstonians have adapted. Now let's talk about the heat, because it's real. We have hot and humid summers, which people that aren't from here aren't really used to. However, just like the city, you will adapt. Many new communities now have lifestyles around it. For example, resort-style pools, indoor entertainment, large covered patios, and outdoor evening entertainment. Most people tell me that after that first summer, it becomes a normal part of their life rather than an unfortunate deal breaker. So don't let it stop you from migrating to Houston. Number 9, look at the monthly payment, not just the total cost of the home. Take some time to sit down with the loan officer or even your real estate agent and look at the monthly payment that's being provided for the homes that you're considering. Although home A may be $350 and home B may be $380, the payment for home B may be significantly lower due to HOAs, due to property taxes, due to the rate that the builder may be offering. Never rush into a home just because you think it's a better price per se, but look at the full cost. As discussed earlier, property taxes vary quite drastically here in the Houston area. You want to make sure that you're comfortable with your monthly payment, because at the end of the day, that monthly payment is what you're going to be budgeting with and what will make the biggest difference in your lifestyle. Number 10, new construction may be cheaper than resale. Many people assume that because a home is new, it's going to be more expensive than a resale home, and that's not always the case. We see it time and time again where the builders offering great incentives, a great interest rate, covering closing costs, including appliances, and all new homes come with a home warranty. So just because a home is new doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be more expensive than a resale home. So get with us or get with your realtor and do some research. If new construction is an option for you, definitely look into it. Builders are offering great rates, great incentives, and not having to worry about any potential breakdowns over the first couple of years because of your home warranty is a great thing. So definitely look into new construction and make the decision that's best for you. Those are the 10 things that I think you should know before you begin your home buying process, or at least the 10 things that I tell all my clients. So if you're serious about starting your home buying journey, what are you waiting for? Give us a call, shoot us a text. Our information is down below. We'd be happy to help you. And if there are any other questions I can answer for you guys, same thing. Give us a call. We're happy to help. See you on the next one, guys. Peace.